Well, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Farmer on the Prairie. Today we're hopefully going to be combining the organic corn. First we're going to be combining the transitional. If y'all aren't familiar with when I'm saying organic or transitional, so transitional is basically the 3-year period from the time that you spray chemicals on your field until it can be certified organic. Transitional you do not get a premium for unless if you can get a non-GMO premium. Every morning I pull the dipstick out and go right at full. Perfect. So this combine's had the same oil level since I changed the oil before we started, which is good. I gotta grease these grease zerks on the rotor, like so. Whenever I put up something about me greasing the combine, I always get like 5 comments for me greasing a tractor. Why don't you get yourself a battery-powered grease gun? You know the answer? Because that's a waste of grease. I'll show you how I grease. And this is all you need to do, because once you do more than 1 or 2 pumps, you're actually just wasting grease and you're pushing the seals out of the bearing. So for instance, right here, this is a 10-hour grease zerk. Sorry. I take it, stick it on. That's most of the work. I go 1, 2. That's all. When people use electric grease guns, they have a tendency just to hold the trigger and put way too much grease in. It's completely unnecessary. It takes me longer to put the grease tip on than it does for me to grease. So that's why I do it this way. I'm doing one more thing. I gotta clean up the camera here. It's gonna give it a good little rub-a-dub-dub. Make sure I can see better. Ooh. And voila, I'm gonna throw on my face mask. We're gonna go outside. I'm gonna blow this off. Make sure all the plant residue is off the feeder house. We're going to just make sure there's nothing too crazy going on here with the head. Once that's done, then really we'll be good to go until we get to the organic, and then we're gonna stop, clean everything out again. So yes, there's a lot of combine cleanouts involved in the process. So one of the things with organic is we have to preserve the quality of the grain. Or I shouldn't say the quality, the purity of the grain. So we're gonna have to go into the bin over here. I need to take an air hose, blow off all the bolts, blow out behind the ladder here, blow out around the door, and then clean up the whole floor, going all the way around. Make sure this bin is spotless, because organic grain cannot have any contaminants in it or anything. And organic means that it was not exposed to anything not natural. So therefore, pesticides, insecticides, I guess that is pesticides, but anyhow, anything along those lines. So we have to make sure this whole bin is clean of any grain that ever was. All right, so we've been working at it for a while. The stirrator's having issues, but we're not gonna be able to fix that until we get corn in the bin. Dad's gonna blow it now, and then we're gonna vacuum up the last little bit, because we had to blow the stirrator off. So now we're gonna vacuum up the last little bit, and then it should be good. Well, we've got it all sealed up now. Dad's tightening down the bolts on the door. This one has a very crude door on it. But anyhow.
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned, AKA crude. But we've got the inside all cleaned out. I took pictures of it to show that it was clean. We put diatomaceous earth down on the floor to help with insect pressure. Diatomaceous earth is OMRI listed, so that means that it can be used on organic products. So now we're gonna close this up. Once we have organic corn in it, we're gonna stick magnets on the bin that say organic commodity until the bin is emptied. We're actually probably going to be using this bin for organic for the next little while. We'll have to figure out next year and see if it'll have enough room for our beans, but I imagine so. All right, time to go harvest the transitional corn that's gonna go into the non-GMO bin. So that transitional corn is gonna go into the bin. The same corn we harvested yesterday was. And then the organic corn goes into the different bin. Yes, it's a little bit of a hassle, but hopefully it'll be worth the hassle. Okay, monitor's on. Now we're gonna go into here. We're going to add a field that's called 40 West. And then we're gonna click yes. And then we're gonna go into that corn. Booyah, it's gonna get GPS signal. By the time we get out there, we can just pull in and start harvesting. Let's go. Today trying to get the combine set. The corn's a little bit wetter and the ears are very small because this transitional field was not where a legume was grown before. There was no alfalfa here or anything before. Therefore there was no nitrogen. We didn't put any nitrogen on. So it's not yield very hot, but the ears are also skinny and they're hard to get off the cob. With how soft the kernels are, we're ending up with a whole lot of fines in the grain tank. So if we get the first load docked, we're probably going to have to run this through the grain cleaner to get the fines out. But oh well. It's been a fun day.